I am here. I am here. I am here. Good evening. I am here. Are you? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I am here. I am here. Are you? If you're here, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you're here. If you're here, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you're here. If you're here, let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you're here. Good night. Good night. Good night. If you're here, let me know. Let me know. If you're here. Are you here? Are you in the house? Good evening, everyone. What are you drinking? What's your drink of choice? I'm having some coffee. It's a quick one. Quick, 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 quick. Don't I look bright? How do I look? How do I look? Uh, mm, 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 mm. But tonight, I had the interview set with Mr. Wendell Robinson, and it's the first time I've had a guest where I've not been able to get my guest for quite a few hours. So I've not been able to get Mr. Wendell Robinson for quite a few hours, but I can understand why, because he did mention that there is a coroner's inquest that's presently happening in Antigua and Barbuda, and the verdict should be handed down today. It's regarding a young man that allegedly hung himself at His Majesty's prison in Antigua and Barbuda, and the family, his parents, did not believe that he actually hung himself, and there was an inquest. It's actually ongoing at the moment, and that is where Mr. Wendell Robinson is. So he told me this since Saturday, so we know this. I'm not sure if anything else might have stepped in to change what's happening at the moment, but here we are, and I'm just going to give it a few minutes. If within a few minutes and he's not here, we're just going to wrap it up. I just want to say thank you, Tika. Hi, everybody. What kind of day you had today? Thank you, Tika. No words needed. Say less. Say less. Yes, say less. No words needed. But I'm just looking at my WhatsApp here because I think it's a very important conversation that we definitely need to have as a people. So I'm just going to, if I have to reschedule, it'll definitely have to be in the new year, because this Saturday is, well, the day before Old Year's, and it's a weekend, and New Year's or Old Year's weekend. So I cannot promise a live on Saturday night. It would be a bit unfair to me, a bit unfair, especially to my family. So good night, everyone. Hey, Danny. Danny's in the house. But I wanted to slip it in tonight. So we're just going to give it a few minutes. We're just going to give it a few minutes. If it doesn't happen, I'm apologizing now, but it's well set. Like, everything is set. The questions are here. I did my research. I've been doing a lot of reading. Like, I have everything ready to go, you know. But let me see. Just before introducing our guests, because we have some serious questions here, in pulling the statistics and looking at what's happening. I even went back to the cabinet notes, just to let you guys know. I went back to the cabinet notes over the past couple of weeks, and again, this youth violence is a major issue. Crime is a major issue. But on December 8th, the cabinet notes basically said that the Attorney General reported that Antigua and Barbuda is a very safe OECS country. It does not suffer the same ailment as other OECS countries, as we have only reported 10 murders to date in 2023. Meanwhile, St. Kitts has reported 28, St. Lucia 77, St. Vincent and Grenadines 55, Grenada 19, Guyana 100, Barbados 40, and Dominica 17 murders for the year. Antigua and Barbuda is well policed, more peaceful, with more employment opportunities per capita than its neighbors. The police recently apprehended two St. Lucian men who had been engaged in a spate of criminal activities. The police recovered a trove of stolen items that were taken from merchants and others who suffered break-ins. That's a bit, that is December 8th, And then we had on Boxing Day, this event hosted by the Prime Minister in the Point community, where the young people had the machetes and the cutlasses and the knives, very young ones, ages 14, and thereabout. So it is a cause for concern. I see that the Prime Minister said that it's a holistic responsibility, which in all honesty, we cannot disagree, because everyone is saying that we need to start with the parents. But is it really fair, to start saying that we should be holding the parents accountable and just asking questions? Is it fair to be holding just the parents accountable when it's a holistic responsibility? Church and state, it's everybody's responsibility. So I'm just, looking. If you're just joining again, I'm just letting you know, if you're just joining, it's the first time I've not been able to get my guest in hours, and I wasn't able to get, I've not been able to get Mr. Wendell Robinson. And just to give you a little update again, there is a coroner's inquest that's happening in Antigua and Barbuda at the moment. The verdict should be out today or this afternoon, this evening kind of time. Not sure exactly what's happening. I haven't been able to get him. We'd have to reschedule our interview, but we're ready. And as you can see, I'm looking at my phone because I sent him a few messages and I sent him the link. So if he shows up here, man, it's like, go, let's do this. But since I have you guys here and it's just a few minutes, it's a very serious concern and a discussion that we need to have as a community, as a society. And I'm just going to, do a little thing. Yes, I was saying that the day after Boxing Day in the Point community, the Prime Minister hosts his annual street jam, and boys or young men ages 11 and 14, they had their cutlasses and their knives. Two teens were injured. The Prime Minister did ask the authorities to call off the activities, call off the entire event. It was a lot of conversation on social media. But the Prime Minister basically said that his quote unquote, he said, we need to raise better cultured children who are hardworking, empathetic, disciplined, and not oriented to use violence to resolve conflicts. This issue threatens to undermine our developmental gains, and attainment of the SDGs requires an all of society intervention. And of course, the SDGs is the Sustainable Development Goals, and that's those goals by 2030. Okay. Now I see everybody is having this conversation here on social media, and everybody is saying this is a different direction, because again, I'm waiting on Mr. Wendell Robinson, but we're not really going to get him. Oh, Dorothy is saying that today is her birthday. Blessings to you, Dorothy. Good night and happy birthday. I'm just having a little chat, as you would say, a little quick sip and chat in reading what the Prime Minister said. And I see everybody jumping and saying, yes, the Prime Minister is right. It's we need to start with the parents. But is it the fair thing for us to do? Because I think one of the things we can do is, before we can start pointing fingers, I think it's important that we start acknowledging the seriousness of the issue, like really how serious it is. And we also need to understand the emotional impact that it has, or it may have, on every single party involved, the children or these young people who are creating the violence, and these incidences, the people who they're inflicting it on, the families, the court system, the country. It's a ripple effect on everyone. And I think we need to establish ground rules for our discussion to understand that it's not for us to point fingers and say whether this parent is this, we're criticizing individuals for not doing this, not doing that. We're not going to throw the blame like the Prime Minister did and said about the UPP and how crime was so high in 2004 to 2014. We're not in 2004 or 2014. We're in 2023. And the Prime Minister has been the Prime Minister from 2014 to 2023 right now. So we're dealing with right now. And if we check the age gap from 2014 to 2023, we'll calculate the ages of those individuals within this particular youth age that we're speaking of. And we'll also should fairly have that discussion as a society. What have we prepared? What do we have out there for these young people that we're asking for them to be? Let me go back to the quote, better cultured, hardworking, disciplined, and how do we get there? We get there from the environment, starting with the home. We start with the home, and what is the home situationship at the moment for all these single parent homes, for the poverty stricken situation, for how people are unemployed and struggling. Parents have to do 2 3 jobs. I'm not making any excuses for anyone, but I'm just saying, as a mother, I have 3 sons now, but while I was in Antigua I had 2 sons. And as a parent, if I would hear that, in general, as a mother of boys, I raise my boys well, and there are parents out there who are raising their boys well. And I can give that example like Marcella Jardine that is raising her son well, and there's somebody else's child who basically, you know, so it's a holistic responsibility. I just keep checking my phone just in case. But we're not gonna stay too long, guys. But it's a holistic responsibility. So I get what everybody's saying this conversation, in saying that it's the parents, it's the parents, it's the parents. But it takes a village to raise a child. I know we usually say that, but it is very true. Takes a village to raise it. We will village people. We literally were village people. Everything that we did was communal. You see, like what we have at Creekside, that we eat together, we laugh together, everybody go out together, we dwell together. That's what it was. So everybody looked out for everybody. So one child didn't literally just have, just my mother. I had my mother, my aunt, my sister, my cousin. I had everybody around. And we're in a society now where it's a divide and conquer in every aspect of it, that everybody's left on their own to fight their battles on their own. And whether they're losing those battles, and it's mental battles, because again, mental health crisis in Antigua and Barbuda and in the Caribbean and the world by extension has increased, especially because of COVID-19, and research has shown that, but it is a holistic responsibility. But then, as a society, what do we have? What recreational facilities do we have in place? What kind of structure do we have that our children, our young boys and our young girls, what do we have that they can get involved in? What do we have that it's I mean, there's some basketball, um the community centers, there's some basketballs, but there's not anything that is substantial, if I can use that word. So it's a conversation that, again, everybody need to take their responsibility and understand. That's in the conversation of, pointing the finger to parents. Now, if we're going to point the finger to the government, let's point that finger to the government. Where's the boys training school for social transformation, for all these issues? I mean, even from the beginning of the year, for all these issues that have been happening, where are the solutions? Is the word I'm looking for. In the cabinet notes, it was mentioned that there's so many things that are going to be implemented. Even during Carnival, a couple of months ago, we had a situation where 5 teenagers raped a woman who could have been their mother. What happened to that story? We had a teen that killed a Syrian. What happened to that story? Again, and these are situations where the government mentioned in the cabinet notes that they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing that. And just again, to point the finger to the government, because if nobody's going to do it, or you're kind of, a bit intimidated to do it, let's do it. together. We shall do it. So I read you that one, Cabinet Notes, December 8th. Let's go Cabinet Notes, September 14th. September 14th, 2023. The Cabinet is considering giving magistrates and judges the authority to assign troubled male youth younger than 18 years old to the National Cadet Corps. The legislation is being drafted for presentation to the Parliament. The Cabinet noted that there are overwhelmingly more students that abide by the rules and do not engage in fights. Troubled youth can be very disruptive, and Cabinet wishes to provide alternatives to removing them from situations where they cause serious challenges. We're in December 2023. This was September 14th, 2023 from Cabinet Notes. What about that legislation that was being drafted? Has it been drafted? Is it out? Do we have anything else? Let's go back to the Cabinet Notes. Cabinet Notes, September 6th. The Cabinet invited to its meeting the Commissioner of Police and 6 of the top brass of the Royal Antigua and Barbuda Police Force and the Chief of Defense Staff of Antigua and Barbuda Defense Force in order to discuss the matter in which the use of illegal firearms can be further curbed. The police reported that 35 unlawful firearms were seized, and, can go on and on into the Cabinet Notes. Cabinet Notes, May 24th, 2023. Again, the Cabinet is concerned by the manner in which illegal guns are being smuggled into Antigua and Barbuda. The Cabinet has advised law enforcement to increase their monitoring of airports and seaports. I see a comment here. Too many young people smoking weed and idle on corners nowadays. I think a lot of people were smoking weed and on the corners all the time. All the time. I'm just saying, they're on the corner all the time. So we've been seeing this. It's happening. And we get to the point now where we're going to say, you, the parent, it's your fault. Take care of your child. Yeah. You, the parent, it's your fault. But the parents can't even function at home. The parents can't even function, especially if those parents are government workers. Those parents cannot function if they can't get paid. Maybe you're working for the government and you're not getting paid, but you have to do a side job. You have to do 2-3 jobs. You just can't function. And to be able to raise well-mannered children, it takes a lot of strength, especially if you're a single parent, whether male or female, mother or father, single parent. But it's much easier if you're in a nuclear family, of course, with both parents in the home. It's much easier. But we don't have that. Like, majority of our homes are single parent. And poverty-stricken homes, if we do our percentages to really check it, is poverty-stricken homes. So these mothers, and majority of the single parents are mothers, if we do statistics again. So these mothers are struggling with their children. I remember when this situation was happening with the crime and violence. A woman came on social media. If anybody can remember that, she came on social media and she said, is there any police? Is there anybody that can speak to my son? She said, I'm trying everything. Is there anybody? And instead of giving her support and, giving her numbers and people who she can call and stuff like that, that didn't happen. I should have my shirt up like that. That didn't happen. Everyone went into her and her post got so negative that she said maybe she shouldn't have said anything. Maybe she shouldn't have said, I need help. My child needs help. But it's easier for us to, just go and sit on social media and said, yes, blame the parents. Well, we got to blame all of society. All of society. And the reason why I'm saying that, I know, right? Thank you. The reason why I'm saying that we have to blame all of society, when I was being raised, is the whole neighborhood was raising me. Because if I did something, trust me, and my mother didn't see, the neighbor saw. Somebody saw, so my mother would know. Trust me, she would find out. And if somebody tried to correct me on the road and I was rude to them when they get home, my mother knows. Or days after, she would find out. I know the situation is different now because of parents and parenting style. So again, that's why we are here, because we're not able to we're not able to, fill or put pour in to each other. We're not open to criticism, constructive criticism. We're not even taking the time to offer criticism, constructive criticism. So I think it's easier for us to just cast blame and say, you know what, is the parents, and you parents step up and create an environment where you raise well mannered children. And yeah, they do that. The parents are doing that. The mothers are doing that. What about those parents who are doing that, and then there are those children out there who are not, or the parents who are not raising their children that way, and those children cause harm to you or to your child, where you're raising your child well mannered? What happens then? The system is supposed to step in. What kind of system do we have? What kind of system do we have? What's the judicial system? And that's why I was looking forward to having this discussion, where it would have gone in that direction once our guest would have been here. But and before I booked this interview, I was saying to Danny, I have to tell you all, Danny and I talk a lot. But before I booked this interview, I was saying to Danny, maybe I should do a pre-recorded of this interview just to make sure I get it, And I should have listened to my mind. You see this thing called instincts? And a DWO shirt. Well, I see what you're saying here, Denise. When you see the child on the street doing something out of the ordinary and try to correct them, they cuss you out. Yeah, it happened to me too, but that doesn't mean I would stop doing it. And it didn't mean that I would stop doing it. And I'm still doing it. And the reason why I'm saying I'm still doing it, because even a few days ago I was on the bus. I'm here and I was on the bus, and there's about three young ladies in the back, maybe 15, 13, 14, whatever. And I just heard these F-bombs just dropping, like, and I just looked around, like, and I just give a look. Because you just let them know that that's weird. Coming out of your mouth, that's not appropriate. That's not what, that's not expected of you. So I can understand that, but we still have a responsibility as society. We can't say, oh, it's your child, you deal with your problem, and I will deal with mine. No, it's not going to work that way. It's not going to work that way. Initially, we didn't start that way. So we can't introduce this new way and expect it to work, because it's not going to work. And it is a very serious issue. But what do we have in place as a society to even reform our boys and girls? The state of our girls' homes are atrocious. The boys' training school is closed. If it's open, somebody let me know, because Samantha Marshall had said it was going to open in June. Then she had said it was going to open in July. We're in December. She's no longer there. What's his name? Muscle Man George is in the position. What's up? So everybody is to blame. I am to be blamed if I see your child on the street and I see that your child is not doing what he or she is supposed to be doing or expected to do. And I don't say anything and say, oh, that's not my child. Well, when you see my sons, don't do that. I'm asking you, don't do that. You speak to my children. And even if you don't speak to them appropriately, they will tell me, and you and I can have that conversation privately, but you speak to them. So we got to point the finger to you, the government. We got to point the finger to you. I saw an article where the Minister of Health was saying about, not living, I didn't even get a chance to read it fully, but not living in a particular area, and he's not messing up the area. So I got to be like, really? It don't make sense. You cannot say, or you can. If you can, we'll take it. If you can come to the public and say, you parents need to take responsibility for your children because we've provided that, and that. As a government, with your tax-paying money, the tax-paying dollars, you need to sort your children out, because we've provided the boys' training school that is quite functional, and your children are rehabilitated. We provide a proper girls' home or girls' homes and facilities. We provide assistance and help for parents and single parents, not only those who support either parties, but every single individual. We don't just give them a voucher or a ham and a turkey during Christmas. Come on. How can you ask me to raise my children in such an environment that you're talking about, when all my mind, all it's consumed with is like, what am I going to give them to eat? How am I going to pay my rent? What am I going to do? Like, how am I going to deal with this? And they're not getting paid. And come in January is 2% tax in your tail. And plus ABSC, education levy, medical benefit, blah, 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 blah. The government have a responsibility too. It is the government's responsibility to provide facilities, rehabilitation or whatever that word is. Right now, I'm tired, just letting you know. I'm a bit tongue tied. I should have slept all day today. I don't understand this. We're not getting our guests. We're gonna wrap up. We're not getting our guests tonight. But must be a logical, a good reason. But I'm saying, so let me read your comments because I don't want to be having this conversation by myself. Okay. Definitely. And I agree with this too. This comment says, what I don't like is parents having the girls dressed like hood rats and going out 10, 11 o'clock in the night when parents in bed sleeping. I agree with that too. And it's not only in the nighttime, it's during the day, it's anytime. It's general dressing, general decorum, you know, presenting themselves, how parents are okay with them presenting themselves, things that they're allowed to do, things that they consider okay. You're right about that. Definitely. Yes, and it's happened to me before. The children would curse me out, and I would say to them, and I know your mother. What's your mother name again? Sometimes I don't know them from Adam. I'd like, what is your name again? Because I think I know your mother. I mean, come on, we're the adults. We are the adults. And these children, again, many of them have the challenges at home. Again, you can't say about raising these children in well-mannered and well-this, but they're home. They have these issues in their homes. They're seeing their parents struggling. They're seeing their mother struggling. They have their own stress. People would say children don't have stress. That is not true. They have their own things that they think about. They have their own things that they're consumed with. They are human beings just like me and you. you know so we're not finding channels for them to express their creativity, express, whether they want to do music, they want to do dance, and literally everything you have to pay for. We know nothing is in life is free, but literally everything you have to pay for. And again, low income families are not able to do these things with their children. They struggle, hands down. You might be a single mother struggling with your child, and you can get an auntie maybe to pay for after classes, or you can get an auntie to pay for some music classes, or a godmother to pay for music classes. How many people can make that happen? But the government has a responsibility. You do. You do. Recreational facilities are vital. It is important for children to be able to have that space for them to express and to create and to be and to thrive. We need that. We're not creating that. We're not giving them the opportunity in that way to flourish. The society is not doing it. The environment is not doing it. They can't even take a proper walk on the streets because the streets are just horrible. If we're talking about cleaning up the aesthetics, every aspect of it, every aspect of it. So let's be fair in the conversation to the parents. Let's be fair to those single mothers. Let's be fair to those single fathers. Let's be fair to those who are struggling, literally struggling to get from one day to the next. Because it ain't easy. It ain't. you know. So it's easy for you to stand and say, and Hampton, easy for you to say that. And many others who are saying it. It's easy. But remember the people who come out and they would call and ask for help. You know, remember those. Remember those mothers who struggle with their children. Apparently not, Denise. Apparently not. Denise is asking, so my guest not coming. That's never happened before. Oh, what is this? You're gonna call him and see what happens. Let's call him. I was gonna say maybe Anne got to him. It's ringing though, guys. Mm. You see, as a journalist, I must follow my instinct, guys. I must always follow my instincts as a journalist. Because I said to myself, Nikki, you should just do a pre-recording of this thing to make sure you have it. Danny would be saying, I told you so, Nikki, I told you so. But whatever his response is, whatever update he gives, provides, I'm going to give you guys it. But I can't promise one before the new year. I can't promise another one before the new year. That's like 2 days before the new year. And no. So we'd have to wait like Saturday, following Saturday. And I've been doing some other planning of some interviews too, because there's so many topics that we need to be addressing, and I want to plan them better for the new year, where we'd have a consistency and a flow in how we're having our conversations, because I want the platform to always be. Oh no, I should be like this. Okay, wait. I need to get a chair where I can prop it up. Okay, good. Can you guys see me now? Yes. I want the platform to be um I really want the platform to be an educational platform, and that's what I push for. I want it to be an independent space where we can sit and have good, meaningful, educated, high level discussions. Oh, this looks good. High level discussions, where we're educating the people, and we're really just raising the level of the conversation. We're raising the way that the way that we think, how we approach situations. I think that's really important for 2024 and for moving forward. But planning the program a bit better, planning out the shows. Um, and I've been talking to someone. I'm not sure if they're ready for me to mention their name as yet, but we're talking about doing a missing in Antigua. And there are many individuals who have been missing. Some of their family members are willing to talk. Some of them are not ready to speak as yet. Um, we're going to be doing that. So, I know, right? We're going to be doing that. So I definitely look forward to it. I want to say to you guys, thank you for everything. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for, I mean, just being here. Every single time I go live, even afterwards, and I see the comments, or I just see how individuals would say to me, sometimes when I do the live on Saturday night, I would see individuals saying to me, "Oh, Nikki, I'm watching the live now, and it's actually Sunday morning, or it's Monday," and somebody's saying, "I'm not getting a chance to watch it." And sometimes individuals are commenting like I'm actually doing the live right there, like, "Yes, Nikki, do this now, and tell them that, Nikki." But I'm very happy to be able to invest my service, invest in myself, because it takes a lot of time to read and to research and to prepare. Even like for this interview here that I prepared tonight, I mean, it took a lot of time and a lot of reading, and putting my information together, because bringing the facts is so important. Always bringing the facts is important, and not just for having it, not having any agenda, but to educate, to inform, to you know again, raise the level of how we think. And it's not teaching you or telling you what to think. It's just teaching you how to think, and how to think strategically. So I thank you guys for everything. Thank you, 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 for all the love. Tika, thank you for my shirt. Josh, thank you for my shirt. Josh, you don't even know I get a shirt. Anyway, don't let me. Josh, you need some. Josh need a nice cup of tea. He's going through a lot, and people are just. It's like when you're down, people just rubbing your face in it even more. You're in pain, and people just they're not even understanding. Not connecting. But it's okay. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Denise. Denise is like one of my biggest supporters. Denise and Tika and Tamika, and Tavina, and like everybody. Everybody. I know, girl. Are you gonna see me in this shirt all the way through, man? Hmm. And the color look nice now. Can you guys see it? How it looks? Really good, doesn't it? Yes. But I gotta go. I'm tired. I'm tired. But I'm happy that I came, even if it's just for a few minutes. At least I get to say Happy New Year. Not yet. I might come and say it for the new year. All right, guys. Before I go, quick comment. What is your top three? What for 2023? Quick. What's your top three? What for 2023? And then we wrap up. You gotta go. Quick. What's your top three things for 2023? Mine. I'm writing mine. You're writing yours. Send yours quick. Mm-hmm. Tell me, what is your top three for 2023 that make you say, what? Totally like, was my top three? Oh, Rosewood and Barbuda speculation. Okay, come on, give me some. Give me your three. My three. I don't want to go first. I certainly don't want to go last, but no, for 2023, what? Like the things that shock you, the top three things that shocked you for 2023. That's what I'm asking. I have my three. What's your three? Quick, quick, quick. That's one. That's just Rosewood and Barbuda speculation. All right. So you're waiting to hear what my three is. I have to say, my first one that I wrote down was the Antigua Airways saga. Antigua Airways and everything that happened with Antigua Airways, buddy. Everything that happened with Antigua Airways. The whole our African brothers and sisters being abandoned in Antigua and Barbuda, and then them trying to, leave Antigua, and the whole thing happening, St. Kitts, and the 16, I think, or 13 drowned, and three bodies were pulled out of the water. Like that was like, oh, that was like very draining. That was like very, it was like, that's like a what what the wow. That's one. I gotta tell you guys, my second one, I was actually going to put so many things in that second space, like I saw somebody said it, Shuggy double win, like Shuggy winning twice. The Alphanera, I was gonna put that too. My co-worker Bruce Arundel passing so suddenly, I was gonna put that too. But the other one that I have here, like, look, I can literally tell you, look, my one, my two is blank, and look, my three. This is my three. For 2023, this one is the one that's just like every single day I wake up, even as I'm putting on this shirt tonight, I just still can't believe it. It's just still, that's That top 2023, what are you saying to me, kind of thing? Yeah. So it basically shows us that life is, yeah, we say it all the time, it's unexpected, but it's really unexpected. It's like you have no idea what can happen at any given time. Any given time, we have no idea. So in keeping that at the back of our minds, I would ask us to be a bit more intentional with every single thing that we do every single day. Be a little bit more intentional with, you know, whether you're making a cup of tea or you're giving a hug to a family member, or like when I'm hugging my son or my husband or something, you know, just be a bit more intentional with it. Like even when I'm doing this, even when I was preparing this tonight, I felt so good and so privileged to be able to do it, you know, to be able to have the mental capacity, the ability, everything to even do it, you know. And we just can't take these things for granted. We shouldn't take these things for granted, guys. So this has been my 2023 Say What? And I'm still, yes, and that too. Yes, Mark Stevens. Mark, that shocked me too. And I mean, I guess if I put Ricardo's name here, I gotta add my friend Michelle, and we gotta add Mark, we gotta add Bruce. It's like so many people. I think 2023 was really the year that really shocked us with people who just left this earth just like that. So unexpected. You know? But we're not going to we're gonna be positive throughout this. And as I was going through the Christmas season, I was just thinking of everybody who might have lost somebody. You know, I was thinking of so many people, even Danny losing his fiance, Latifah George, Latifah's mom. And I was talking to Latifah's mom, I think it was yesterday, just asking her, you know, how she's doing and how she managed with the Christmas. And man, guys, just live in love, you know? Live in love and get you a DWO shirt, just like this. DWO, swear the way to go. Any other way is a big no. DWO. And I just had coffee. It's only coffee. All right. Let me see what's you guys. 3, and then I'm going to go. Okay. 1 is the passing of Ricardo. 2, making cutie sir when things getting worse. Isn't that ironic? Knighting him in August, but acknowledging this spike in crime in December. What a thing. Yeah, Latifah. Everybody. Just remember everybody, guys. So we're not gonna leave this live on a sad note. I'm gonna sing you guys a song. Hey, you know what song I got for you guys? I have the big Aziza number 7. That's the name of the song from now. It's not a Keely and the B. We're gonna play this one. This is it.
Did you know?
No, I didn't know. Hush. Let me just play this song. Number 7. That was the other shocking thing, wasn't it, guys? Akili and me. Number 7. Look at that.
Akili. This is number 7. Hello, number 7. Na. Number 7. We are having a party. We need to.
First of all, if you don't know why we're playing this song number 7, let me let you know. Aziza only got 7 votes. Have you heard? You didn't hear? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 votes. Okay? Oh, Denise said nobody passed by me to drop off any ham or turkey. Denise, how come? What's up with that? I think you did. I need to come off this live before I say stuff. I was gonna say, I think you don't do like Troy Allen. So how are you gonna get turkey and ham? Eh? How, Denise? Anyway, guys, Number 7 is a song. Let's go.
7 chapatis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jump with number 7. Na 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 na. 7, 7. Number 7. Orange tree.
That's another wow, for 2023. 7 votes. 7. That's it. 7. All right, guys. I'm going to behave and I'm going to head out of here. I still don't see a message from Mr. Wendell Robinson. You think somebody got to him? What do you guys think happened? Somebody tell him, don't you dare, Wendell, don't you dare. Because remember, guys, remember also that the case between Mr. Wendell Robinson and the government has not been resolved as yet. It has not been resolved as yet. There's still, I think the judge, when I last read this evening, the judge ruled that they should handle their negotiations outside of the court and then they shall proceed. But I don't think he fell asleep because I tried calling him since about, hey, I keep track of everything, right? Because I sent the flyer this morning and everything, and he saw it. I spoke last evening with him and tell him what the topic is going to be, what I want to cover, and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, he was a no-show. But I'm wearing Ricardo Drew's shirt, though. Ooh. Yeah. Wendell was a no-show, but I'm giving you a show. Guys, I got to go. I don't think so. No, Charlene, you can't forget when I'm all up in his WhatsApp like that. And it's a big interview, Some of the topics he's interested in speaking to, and he wants to speak. That's one of the things I must say, because he was very enthusiastic is the word when we spoke. So I'm not worried about that. I think it has to be something else. Whatever it is, I'll put a post and let you guys know. But I do sincerely apologize for disappointing. You know what? I'm gonna send a voice note right now. Right now, right here on the live. Hold on. Okay, it's not good. I've never disappointed my audience. Mr. Wendell Robinson, good evening. Nikki Phoenix here. I trust that all is well on your end. I'm about to wrap up the live because I was waiting with hopes that you would have joined even though you were late. I know you mentioned that you had this particular case that you're dealing with. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm just sending you a voice note to let you know that my audience and I are disappointed that we didn't get a chance to speak with you, and we look forward to rescheduling as soon as possible, even if we have to do a pre-recorded, so I can follow through on what I promised and what we're going to be discussing. Thank you very much. I trust all is well, and we can speak a bit later. Thank you. Bye. All right. Voice note sent. I was gonna say I'm not like I'm gonna tell y'all I tell Robinson something else and send y'all a different voice note. No. You heard it here. Okay, Nikki, go. You heard it here first. But guys, we're gonna wrap up. My guest was a no-show today. And it must be a reason. Let's leave it at and it must be a reason. Must be something. I think it's something. I don't know. I don't think he forgot though. I don't think so. Denise, I'm so sorry you didn't get any ham and turkey. That's such a sad situation. No, it's not, Denise, because you survived, didn't you? And you enjoy your Christmas, didn't you? Okay, good, good. We good. All right, guys. Gotta go. Take care. Much love. Just like my pages and support whatever way you can. I just need to learn to promote, more, I guess, in what we do and my flyers and stuff like that. Let me just be here while we finish talking. I think this looked much better. Let me do it like that. Yeah. So what I was saying was I just need to ensure that I promote some more and promote the platform and everything. So have a good night, guys. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a great start to your year. If we don't get a chance to speak, bless up, stay blessed, stay focused, stay prayed up, because more prayer is what? More power, my people. More power. Stay blessed. Later.